Hello! Hi! Welcome back to episode 8 from the Cornerstone SMP Server. I'm so excited to be back. It's been a while. I took a bit of a break, I played some different games, but I woke up this morning and I felt super inspired. I have some plans, I have some things to do, but before we get to those, it was in the last episode that we came in and built this lovely, wonderful windmill. I am so happy with how it came out. And, you know what? I'm not the only one who really enjoyed it. That is indeed correct, my friends. Right there is the second place trophy for HX7's building competition. The very building competition that we built that windmill for in the last episode. Yes, if you haven't already done so, go ahead and give HX7's very last episode, as of the time of the recording of this one, a look. As always, the link to his channel is down in my description, and he explains his whole thought process on how he chose the winners. It's actually a very fun episode to watch. But yes, we came in second, and this fellow right here needs a home. It definitely needs a home. I want to commemorate our trophy, and you know what? I'm not in desperate need of diamonds, so those 2 diamond blocks can even stay on it. But I have a plan. Our little AFK room up there, I think we can incorporate this trophy into it and see what we can do. I might want to extend the staircase up a little bit. So my friends, I need to figure out what I'm going to do. And once I've made some progress, I'll bring you guys right back and give you a progress report, an update, a sneak peek. Your little bit of a sneak peek is ready. And you know what? It took a whole lot longer than I thought it would. This was insane. A bit of a spiral staircase? Yep. Difficult to figure out. And you know why? Well, my friends, right there where that stone circle is, yeah, there's a bit of a landing. A flat spot. The same as up there, I have a flat spot, and down there, I have a flat spot. So everywhere where I have a height, a floor level, I had to have a flat spot, and I had to make this spiral staircase work out just perfectly and exactly to end right there. And I worked it out this time so that the tops of my spawn platforms are a floor level, and I will eventually fill in all of this space with slabs, and that is going to take me oh so long. I don't think I have the time right now because I want to get an episode out for you guys. It's been far too long, and it needs to happen. It definitely needs to happen. So what I've got my corridor all along the outskirts, and on each corner, yes, each corner, because it's over there, and I even have one over there, and in this corner behind the column, behind my tower, I have these arching bridges that come up to this height. Now probably, I think, roughly here will be the outskirts of this level, so that we can still see down. I want it to be open. I want it to be green. Maybe not green, but definitely welcoming. I do want this place to feel like home, comfortable. Yeah, so it'll be open. I think the space between there and here will be open to allow me to fly in and out easily. I've got my spiral staircase, and honestly, you know what? That was the easy part. Yep. That thing, my friends, that trophy that Hicks left me. Yes, that took ages to move, and I literally just moved it from over there where those purple shulker boxes are up to here. H. Hicks? Yeah, he had to move that thing 5,000 blocks. Now, in the Nether, it's only about 800 blocks. But do you have any idea how much iron he used to make this trophy? The thing weighs a ton! It definitely was not the best thing to move, and I still need to move it to way up there, once I've got something. On that note, my friends, I need to get something up there. I need to figure out how I'm going to put that trophy up there, what kind of AFK station I'm going to do. So, I'm going to figure that out. It is very basic, but it is an AFK room. And on the inside, it allows me a little bit of a vantage point. I get to see outside just a little bit. I have doors on either side. I have light, courtesy of the shroom lights. And a shulker box. For now, that will do. It is a perfect place to just dump my stuff, stand here on the very center, and forget about the world for a couple of hours while my game runs in the background. I like it. I dig it. It's good. However, now that thing. Yeah, that thing. My friends, that thing weighs an absolute ton. Do you see how many iron blocks are right there? Yeah. I need to transfer that whole thing up onto the roof of this little house. I dig it. I think it's keen. But, hey chicks, you built me a damn heavy trophy, sir. And now, forever it shall remain immortalized atop my AFK room, my new and improved AFK room. However, in conjunction with this little change, this upgrade, this relocation, our beacon has also moved. It has been relocated, and you've probably noticed these 4 blue beams. That is correct, our beacons now all sit down here, underneath our mining area. They just fit in, just barely, tall enough that the bedrock sits at the very bottom of them. I think that's much more handy. Where they used to sit, which was, that's the wrong side, this side, over here. If I were to be on that end of my base, where my kelp farm and all those things are, ooh, the server will reset. I will log off in a second. Over there, I did not have reach of my beacon, not enough distance for all of my effects to be present. However, with them here in the center, they do work perfectly. However, that does mean that now we have this space freed up for ourselves, and I think, where are they? They are over here. These slabs, and I will definitely need more. Yep, I can kind of count. Sometimes. And 24, nope, 24 ain't gonna cut it. I want to cover this whole surface area in slabs. Make it absolutely spawn proof. None of this torch spam. Nope. So, I will log off. I will let the server reset. And then I will slab it out and bring you guys right back to tell you what the actual main goal of this episode will be. Now then, that looks much neater, cleaner, more intended, I think. Intentional is the word. Yes, that is the word. I kind of like it. It is very big, it is very flat, it's very plain, and most noticeably from up here, because this all just kind of disappears into that color-wise. It's all the same color, which I'm not a massive fan of right now. But we'll fix it. We'll put borders and edges and patterns and things into it eventually. For now, I just wanted to get some of the basic shapes in, so I can get an idea of how I'm splitting up this massive base into slightly smaller areas and sections. But what it does allow me to do is that this whole space down here is spawn proof. Even this, which is very dark, thanks to that, is now entirely spawn proof. As far as habits go though, I'm developing one. Every single time I come and work on my base, so far in this series, it turns into a very, very large video. Yep, because all of the staircase, all of these floors and everything, that probably took me a good number of hours to get into place. Over the span of about 2 days, 2.5 days now. Working on and off. Obviously not back to back. And unfortunately we're not done with the big things. No. Because it was probably about 3 episodes ago that we built and finished our incredibly productive kelp farm. And it is just that. It is an incredibly productive kelp farm. Just look at all of that kelp. And that has just been while I put in these floors. And I have been gradually clearing it out and producing more dried kelp, etc. Unfortunately though, I do still have the 2 old kelp farms. And yeah, that's been in the same amount of time. I emptied them all at the same point. So yeah, these 2 definitely not great, and I have addressed this previously. I had mentioned that I would remove them in between episodes, but then we went and we spent a handful of episodes away from the base. And I never really got into working around here again. So, now, I think it is time to remove those 2 towers and replace them with something else. However, the question then poses itself, what do we replace them with? Well, I would like to build a bamboo farm and a cactus farm, and neither of these 2 farms need to be incredibly massive, particularly not this one. Bamboo grows ridiculously quickly. So I think 1 tower for each of these will be more than ample enough. On that note though, I need to get rid of the old towers, because these designs are going to be a little bit different internally. They're going to work a little bit differently. So, my friends, I think it is time for a time lapse in which I destroy the 2 existing towers. Well, they're gone. I've been playing with them there for a couple of weeks and they are finally gone. And at one point in that time lapse, way at the beginning, you do see me coming in. I hear you, zombie. Coming in from this direction, and it looked really good with the towers, and that made me very excited to get some more towers in here. So, my friends, it's time for us to get going, and I want to build up these 2 towers again, and I'll stick to these 2 just because I've gotten used to having them there, so I want to put them back now. And I actually really love being able to fly in here now. This base is starting to take some shape. I love it. So, yes, like I said, we're building a cactus farm and we're building a bamboo farm. I think we'll build the bamboo farm first. It is definitely going to be the more difficult one of the 2 because it requires mine carts to work. Yay. It's going to be a very simple minecart system, but for it I need some things. I need all 3 of these blue shulker boxes. I need both of my redstone shulker boxes, and yep, this one with all of the signs. Actually, you know what? No, I don't think I'm gonna need the signs, because this one does not rely on water at all. So the kelp farm uses water and signs to stop the water from flowing in a certain direction. The bamboo farm does not. It is a lot simpler, a lot easier to build. So I'm gonna get 1 layer built into place, and then I'll bring you guys back to explain exactly how this works. It's actually pretty simple. That right there is the completed guts of a bamboo farm. a very, very simple little bamboo farm. And it may look very complicated, but this redstone is actually incredibly simple and about as basic as it will ever get. It works on about the same principle as my kelp farm over there. I have observers that power redstone line, that power pistons to break the bamboo once the bamboo grows up to the front of these observers. And I have a couple, because bamboo grows similarly to kelp, if I understand it correctly. It can grow up to 12 or so blocks, I think. I might be wrong on those numbers. But it can also stop at 2. It doesn't have to grow further than that, and that's very random. So I have some backups just in case, redundancies. And I limit the height. I want these things to fire regularly. I don't want them to let the bamboo grow up to its full height before firing. I learned that lesson the hard way with the kelp. So, all this is observers, pistons. Run up next level. My collection system is where it gets a little bit different. This is just a minecart, a hopper minecart rail that's going to continuously run in a loop. Let me know down in the comments if any of you know whether or not the loop is better or if a dead end would be better. So it would stop, bounce back, go, stop, bounce back, go. Because I don't know. Right, this hopper minecart will suck the drops through these blocks, and then once it gets to these 3 hoppers, those hoppers will suck it out of the minecart into this hopper, which comes down into some chests. And as I stack these modules on top of one another, they'll come down this column of hoppers. Now, yes, I know that's a lot of hoppers, and hoppers are not the most efficient in terms of server performance, but none of my bases. I've got a ton of hoppers over there and hoppers over there, and this whole system uses a massive amount of hoppers, and I have experienced no lag whatsoever as of yet. So I'm going to keep testing my limits. See as far as I can take it. And that spruce slab line over there is where the next set of hopper, rail, minecart thingy level goes. Gap for the hopper minecart to run, and then the next batch of bamboo. So now that I've got the design down and the basics down, and it's very simple, and I need to replicate this 3 or 4 more times and see how high I get in comparison to that tower. Here's what I got. After quite a lot of time spent making the redstone work, because for some reason I was having trouble with it, I have a very big mess of redstone lines here on the back, and what is basically a fully functional bamboo farm. It has no running collection system yet, but all of the collection hoppers and everything are in place. That needs to go away. But alas, I have made a mistake that might cost me all of the progress I've made so far, or at the very least a massive amount thereof. I have 3 panes of glass, 3, 3, 3, 4. Yes. When I initially designed the layers, there were 4 blocks of glass, and I made the mistake of putting these ones in at 3. I could leave it just like that, but I can't. My OCD will not allow it. No. Unfortunately, that means that I'm tearing this thing down to that hopper minecart, or no, to this piston layer. From that hopper minecart layer and up needs to go away, so that I can raise everything from there 1 incremental all the way. It's terrible when you're stupid. And that is now a fixed, even-sized set of bamboo farms. 4 of them to be exact. I had 5 in the last clip, but the dimensions were off. And I feel like from this kind of perspective, this one should be shorter than that if I have another tower of the same height on this side. And I like that idea of having these center towers be the larger ones. I might even move this one up another spiral or so. Maybe down the line. But for now, this is good. I think I'm pretty happy with this. This is now a fully functional bamboo farm, although a lot of loss, and I do still need to put the minecarts in. So technically not functional, but it does need the minecarts. I've also streamlined the redstone significantly. I completely forgot that you can do this with observers and just tower them up. So I've got observers that carry my redstone line all the way up. And that is far neater, more effective, and a lot simpler to understand than having this big spiral of redstone on the outside. Unfortunately, because my observers are above my lower row of pistons, I had to make a different plan to get some redstone down there, but it's a fairly simple, just 2 steps down and we're in. And it just fired, and you saw these ones fire as well. Yeah, cool. I'm very pleased with this now, and it looks kind of bare on the inside now without all of that redstone steps and spirals and things. But it is time to move on, my friends. I still wanted to build a cactus farm today, so I need to go and do that one next in another corner tower. A couple minutes later, and my minecarts are still moving. All 4 of them. That's good, and it does look like all of my bamboo is getting harvested. So that farm is working now. And on this side, we've got the first section of our cactus farm working. It is a very simple farm. No redstone on this side. The most complicated thing in this whole farm was the hoppers. Everything else, very simple. All this is a couple of floating cactuses with blocks in between them, so that as a cactus grows up, it tries to attach to the glass, and cactus cannot touch anything around it, so then it breaks. But only the one on top of it, only the top one. Breaks, falls down, water, hoppers, collection. It's simple, really. It's cactus farming. But I have the better part of 3 more layers to build here, and we went for the same size as that tower, the same external aesthetic. I think I'll make all of my corner pillars that kind of aesthetic and dimensions and proportions, so that they all look similar, while my main towers take this shape. So I have some work to do, my friends. I need to build up some more cactus farms, and I think I am going to... There you go, see, it does work. And then I think I am going to close up these towers, add in their sides, and finish off their main cylinders for today. We have 2 completed farms for the day. I have no idea where I'm going or why my mouse twitched like that, but here we go, everyone. 2 farms. We have a cactus farm that deposits into these chests over here, and as you can see, it does actually work. And we do have our bamboo farm on this side. They look pretty much exactly the same from the outside. They're the same size, they have the same proportions, same gaps, same patterns. I think it looks pretty good. And flying from a distance, it still looks good. This one does work. As you can see, all of the resources inside of the chests are profit. I didn't put anything in there. And I think that looks pretty good. We're starting to get some more towers back, at least, because, you know, we had 2 towers that we had to take away, but they're here. Now it is ridiculously late in the evening. I don't know if you can tell from my speech impairment, because yes, I'm tired. But It is a perfect opportunity because now I'm going to empty all of these chests. I'm going to utilize my AFK chamber and I'm going to AFK overnight. And then for you guys it'll be a second. But for me it'll be about 20 hours before I see you again tomorrow evening. I need to sleep. And we can go ahead and collect all of our things now. Welcome back. It is in fact the next evening, about 20 hours later. I told you to just take a second. Let's go have a look at what we have. Now I should warn you that I had some issues with this AFK session. I attempted it twice. I tried to AFK while I slept, but I had internet issues. And when the server reset at midnight my side, I couldn't get back onto it following that. So I went to bed without AFKing. And then the next morning, I logged back in and I left the game running while I went to work for the day. And I came back and saw that I had disconnected at some point during the course of the day. Now I did have resources in both sets of chests, but I had no way of gauging how long the game had run, how long I had been AFK, so I discarded that test. And now we have about an hour and a half worth of AFK time that has been successful. Okay, that's a bit less than I had hoped, but it's okay. I'm nervous about the cactus. That's not great. I mean, it's not terrible, but it is by no stretch of the imagination great. You know what? That's okay. It is fine. You know why it's fine? Because I built this extremely efficient guardian farm, right? And I expected to go through the materials on a daily basis. And, well, if we just hop down here, yeah, as you can see, everything is just being thrown away. We've got crystals, we've got shards, we've got fish. It's just all going in there because all of this is backed up, and I have no means of getting through it. I also have fully stocked crafted items, so it's okay. I'm not down about the results because these farms are going to be running in the background while I build all of these other towers and other farms and things, and I'm convinced that I will have more than I can use in this world, in this season, in this series of Cornerstone. So, I think I've actually been very successful. I've built not one, but 2 farms, and I've gotten rid of 2 eyesores that used to be in their place. So my friends, if you have found yourself enjoying today's episode, you all know what to do. Do me a favor, hit that like button if you haven't already done so and you're new here. How about hitting that subscribe button? You made it until the end of the episode, you might as well. And, most importantly, leave me a comment. I absolutely love hearing from all of you. Until next time, my friends.